Welcome back to Socially Hood Gaming. It's your big homie Bobby Dollars. I came back with another build video, another speed build video. Another home. This time, this one is not actually a home, to be honest with you. It's a new spot I was doing out in Willow Creek, out with my Rex the Richest character, Kendrick Knutson. Basically, I wanted to create something for Kendrick in the end game. You know, since we ain't got get famous yet for the PlayStation 4, I decided I wanted his basically get famous thing to be his own little store or his own restaurant or something like that, you know, to say he accomplished what he was trying to accomplish, you know. But before we get to that part, let's get to this part. If you don't know Kendrick Knutson, if you've never actually had an opportunity to look at any of the videos that I've done before, I was using Kendrick as a rags to riches character. Basically, Kendrick has nothing. He came from nothing. When I created Kendrick, I created him as just a regular character that I just wanted to have some fun with in the game. But then I was watching a couple of the other Sims videos, and I was watching them and watching their rags to riches stories and seeing how they were like living on parking lots and in grass and all kinds of stuff and building their way up into a house and everything. So I was like, yeah, I like that. I think I want to do that. But at the same time, I said to myself, within doing that, I don't think I want to live in the grass and have a toilet out in the open and all that. So what I did was I threw a curveball with inside of my rags to riches. And when I created Kendrick, and I put him in a situation to where he was living at home with his grandmother, and he was going back and forth to school as a young adult, back and forth to college. One day he was on his way home, sitting at the bus stop. Guy reached in his pocket, some papers fell out. He helped the guy pick everything up. One of the papers he kept in his hand on accident, but he wasn't really concerned with it because he considered it to be a receipt. He shoved it in his pocket with the rest of his stuff and waited on the Metrolink, got on the Metrolink. On his way home, he needed to stop so he can grab a few items at the little corner store. As he was reaching for his money, he threw out the little papers and everything. Come to find out, that paper was an actual lottery ticket, and Kendrick won $20,000. So that's how his rags to riches started. So what we did was, we cashed in that lottery ticket, took that 20 bucks. I'm sorry, not 20. Took that 20K, went and bought a shotgun house out in Willow Creek. So buying the house out in Willow Creek, Kendrick decided what he wanted to do was go ahead and buy the house fully furnished. It wound up coming up to about $16,000 or $17,000. It only left him with about maybe $3,500 when it was all said and done. With that $3,500, he decided he wanted to go ahead and put a piano in there and a microphone, because he said that his hustle was going to be actually singing and dancing and stuff like that. So I figured that would be a good thing for him, because he simply could sing and dance and play the piano and learn the guitar. And then when the Get Famous came out, he'd have his own little talent and probably roll like that. So I figured, you know, it was a good idea. I started playing with him, got him where he needed to be. He took that 3,000, he dwindled it down by buying those few objects. He probably had about maybe 500 bucks. The bills came, he wound up at $0. I really didn't think about or trip off the fact that when I put the little easel in his house, that he would take to painting the way that he did, because now he's a like level 9 painter, and he just, anytime he gets confident or inspired or anything, he just goes right to that painting easel and he paints. So with him doing that, we actually started to use that as a way for him to make money within his rags to riches also. To deter from the rag to riches, what we're doing right now is we're building the Sweet Sangaz Lounge. The Sweet Sangaz is actually the club that Kendrick created because he couldn't find his own singing and dancing club. It was like either they were doing one or the other, but they weren't doing them both. So he created the Sweet Sangaz. But right now, what you're looking at, the bathrooms are being created. I'm saving things, I'm moving stuff around, I'm going through different stuff. Right here, my apologies, I froze on the game because I was checking my text messages. I had got some bad news and some family stuff, so my apologies on that end. But we went on ahead and continued on from there and finished up everything. As you keep watching the video, you'll see how I started incorporating little stuff and making the lounge a little more fun and interactive or whatever. But by the end of the video, we'll get into that and we'll talk about what's inside there in the lounge and everything. So let's see. So let's get back to the story. Kendrick, basically, he started doing a lot of singing. He started playing that piano a lot. Before you knew it, he got really, really good at what he was doing. And as he got good at what he was doing, he started going to the malls and going to little areas and singing, and they were giving him tips and everything. So he sings in the shower. He just keeps getting his singing and everything up. He's gotten much better. And in the meantime, he was running into little females and having fun, and got his little woohoo off a couple times. And he wound up meeting Summer Holiday. She was one of the ladies that came with the welcome wagon when he moved into the neighborhood. And he sent the text out, and they stayed in touch. And before you knew it, fast forward to now, him and Holiday are actually in a relationship. They're boyfriend and girlfriend, and they actually live in the house together. He asked her to move in because she was staying the night a lot. So he was just like, forget it, come on, move in. We boyfriend, girlfriend, you might as well. So we'll get to that part of the story. But right now, where we are, he basically was just singing at stores and retail shops and all that kind of stuff. He tried to have a little conversation with a married lady named Kiera Dominguez and wound up getting into a fist fight with Bob Pancakes. He didn't win that fight. That was one of many that's to come. So I'm sure he'll get better at swinging and knocking out Bob Pancakes. But in the meantime, he wound up, like I said, speaking with Summer, and her and him, they hit it off real well. She wound up moving in. She brought a little bit of money with her. So they've been upgrading the house now. Still no kids, still no pets. They do have a butler now. He's gotten much better at his job as an entertainer. So that's why we wanted to open him this little lounge. And she's gotten much. She actually switched jobs. She's now a chef. At first, she was a socialite. She wanted to have friends all over the world and all that kind of stuff. And we decided otherwise after having a discussion one day at the table and eating dinner. So she decided she wanted to be a cook because she was already level 3 with baking and gourmet cooking. So now she's getting her mixology degree, and she's working on becoming a chef. She's bringing in money at night, about $250 a night. He's bringing in about $216 a night. So we're getting money, man. We upgrading. Everything is changing. Everything's looking good. The rags to riches is actually about to switch around, if you ask me. It's not no more rags to riches, if you ask me, because of the jobs they got, and now it's 2 incomes in the house. Now it's basically just coming up. It's just to come up now. So that's basically where we are. He's been upset with her. She's been flirting with other females. He gets sad and goes in the room and cries it out. I don't know if you can have 2 girlfriends or 2 wives or anything like that on Sims 4, but if you can, we'll try it. I'm not sure. But right now, I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of the video. You can see where we're actually building the restaurant area is where we are right now. In the lounge, I figured, why not go ahead and put an area where people can actually sit down and eat and enjoy themselves if they didn't want to be playing any other games in there, or in a nightclub type area with the live music. So I wanted to put a restaurant in here, and this is basically what I'm doing at this time. You can see I'm putting the karaoke machine in there, so while people are eating and people are waiting on their food, they can still have some live entertainment and enjoy themselves. It turned out pretty cool. I thought it was pretty awesome. I mean, like, it's a one-stop shop if you ask me, but the gem of it all, the prize of it all is what we're creating right now. What you see, what I'm building right at this area right here. This is actually going to be the area where our club members, the Sweet Sangaz, can actually perform live for the guests and everything that come in. You'll see later on in the video as I build the room, I specifically made it so that you can actually go in there and do live stuff, So it's a pretty nice room. The room is functional. I actually built it, and I visited the room and visited the place, and everything works. The only thing about the restaurant is that since I don't have any actual employees, maybe when when I buy this place, because I am going to buy this place, it's going to be like worth 200,000 when we're done. I'm actually going to buy it, and when I buy it, I think I'm going to try to see if I can get some cooks and chefs and stuff in there. I don't know if it's going to let me do it like that because it's considered a lounge and not a restaurant, but I'm going to buy it and see what kind of employees I can get in there. If I have to go in there and cook myself, maybe I will. I don't know. Maybe Summer will go in there and cook, because by then she should be a certified chef also. I said I wasn't going to use the cheats on this one, people, so I'm not using the cheats. We just working it out, and it is what it is. So enjoy the rest of the video. You got about maybe 6, 7, maybe 8 more minutes left of the video, and this will be part 1. When I put part 2 together, I'll put the end of the actual restaurant on there so you can see what it looks like. Of course, we know I don't do screenshots and all that stuff, so we'll just have that on there, and enjoy the video, man. Subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it.
Taking over. We're in control.
DJ, put a nigga back to the record, baby, and give